Hey, what's up, everybody? Just want to make a video today. Probably the first one I made in a very, very long time. Still trying to figure out this thing called life, like we all are. But today I want to come on here to tell y'all about how to survive truck driving in 2024. We're going through some pretty tough times in this day and age, and I want to help you, driver that's just starting, the one that's probably been at it for maybe about 5-6 years, for the ones that's been working for a decade here. I'm pretty sure they know how to handle themselves. Anywho, like I said, I've been doing this for 10 years. I am 31 years of age. I've started doing this when I was 21, and I want to, share my experience with you, and hopefully maybe this can help someone. But let's get right into it. First, I suggest finding somewhere that can accommodate your needs. Find a company where you can be home like you want to be home. You got a wife, kids, girlfriend, and you need to be home at least every weekend or every day. Find a company where you can do just that. Don't go to a company where they don't do that, and then you trying to force them to do that, and that's just not how they operate. Okay, so make sure that you find somewhere that they can accommodate that home time you need to be home. I prefer you do flatbed or LTL or fuel hauling, which over the sort right there. Number two, make sure they pay is within your range. All right, you ain't gonna get rich doing this, but make sure that you're making enough to support your family and yourself. In this day and age, it's a little rough right now, given how everything is up. Rates are down in the trucking industry, and I can attest to that. They are down. And right now, cent per mile is just as good as you can pay percentage pay. So for you guys that's out there that's working at these companies that pay percentage, just know the guys that's making like 65 cents or better, they're probably doing a little bit better than us, because you're getting low. Out here taking loads 800 miles for 1,300. I think that's pretty bad in my eyes. But I would recommend in this right now, if you were to do percentage, make sure, bare minimum, I would say in today's economy, now I don't know your living situation, how many toys you got, how much your mortgage, how many kids you gotta take care of, you gotta take care of the wife too. I know, I understand. And the best thing I can tell you coming into this industry is, if you got an expectation, that you need to meet as far as how much you bring home, you need to make sure that wherever you're going to work at makes sense for your pockets. Because these guys, that come out here with the expectation of, I'm gonna make 2,500 or better, I need that, you might need to go get your own truck. And I can't even attest to that. I know guys who have done that, and they just as much as that as a company driver. And it's because of a variable things when you are doing that. Because to me, you're not just a truck driver anymore. It's your business. So anything happen to the equipment and you getting bad rates, then that means things ain't going according to plan. That means you probably making just as less as a company driver. Me personally, If you was an owner operator and you not bare minimum $2K a week, I don't think it's worth doing. I just don't. Now, a company driver making meet the expectation as a company driver, I think you need to be averaging $1,500 a week. That means you can work with that. You can work with $1,500 a week. I say the bare minimum in today's economy, the bare minimum per week that you need to be taking home is at least $1,000 in your pocket. Reason why I say that, because we have bad weeks, but if that minimum week you can bring home $1,000 in your pocket, I think you can manage it off that. Unless you one of the types that got so many toys that you got this high mortgage, the big house, and you got all these car payments, and you just got so much you owe, credit card bills, all this sort. Then you being home every day ain't gonna work for you. You might need to go stay out for a little bit and see what you can come up with, and that ain't even guaranteed. And that's how you see it's not very good out here. But like I said, you can make it, you can survive, but you probably may need to change your lifestyle. It ain't 2020 no more, so we ain't getting them pandemic rates anymore, unfortunately. So you may need to talk to the wife, family, and see what can y'all do, what can y'all come up with. It might be some things you need to change. But if I were to, tell you to ask me, how can I survive in this industry, I would say, man, as a company driver, I would recommend being a company driver. Recommend getting you some health insurance, so the family and the kids can have some, or if the wife can get them, if she works, and she can get some health insurance, and you just bring home as much as you can. But if not, then get some health insurance. You can as an owner operator too, but I think it's a little bit more expensive. But you can. But and then as a company driver, you want to aim to bring home $1,500, but expect the bare minimum to be $1,000, because you can survive off of $1,000 a week. That's $50K a year in your pocket. So that means that probably goes somewhere about $60,000-$70,000 a year. So that's not bad, but in this economy, it's not good neither. It's not that great. It's okay, but it's not that great. But we just trying to get by. That's the purpose. Let's get by and let's see what we can do to save. What can we do better? What areas you can improve in? What we need to change? Lifestyle changes. Any things that you might need to do to get better at this. But I would most definitely recommend being a company driver. I've leased one time, and if you got a lot of going on at home, if you ain't got the time to be out there running your head off, trying to worry about that truck, I don't recommend you do it. Especially today, I just don't see it as a good idea. But if you want to try it, then who am I to tell you not to? But I would strongly recommend being a company driver, and just make some changes, man. Or you can always do something other than truck driving. But I would tell you this: one of the privileges of having CDL is job security, and I think that is just as important as pay, because you being able to have a secure job is very important, right? But and before I end it here, because I don't want it to be a long video, now for my experienced drivers, I would highly recommend that you look into companies that pay very high. We're talking about companies like Walmart and fuel hauling. Really look into the fuel hauling field, and maybe look into a grocery field. Walmart, Food Line, Publix. There's a lot of them out there that pay pretty well. Food service too. I don't know if that's a long-term job, being the physical demand. And you also have the dollar accounts out there that pay really well, but it's physically demanding. And I'm pretty sure none of you are gonna probably, be interested in that. Given, I've done it, and it's just not something you can maintain for a certain long period of time. So. But I'd strongly recommend companies like, the groceries and the fuel hauler. You got some fuel hauler comes out there pay $37 an hour, and it's really good to be home every night. And they say you can work 4 days, option 5. Of course, work 5 days, but because when you do the math on it, it's only $1,400-1,500 gross if you work 4 days, but that's really good. Work 4 days, so imagine when you get work that 5th day. And then plus overtime. So really look into that. And that's my take on how to survive in trucking in 2024. As long as you keep God first, family second, and then your job third, you'll be just fine.